Thank you, Cathy, for joining us today. We met in October 2019, I think it was, for the first demonstration. And it's kind of purpose today is to give people kind of the real life experience rather than a demonstration of what you've been through. So I've got a list of questions. I hope that's okay. The first question really is, why were the reasons for you considering iFinance?
We'd already got iSAMS from a pupil management curriculum side fully embedded within the school, and the academic curriculum staff were very happy with it, and it's not something we wanted to change, so it made sense. But within the school we had lots of isolated systems that perhaps didn't talk to each other, and therefore we weren't getting any synergy from having iSAMS in place. So we also wanted a cloud-based system, and iSAMS ticked that box. And so we wanted to kind of make use of the data we already had in iSAMS within the finance system, so we weren't constantly taking information out of one system and entering into another. And the other drivers, probably from the finance side, was we wanted to reduce paper that was kind of swarming around the building, and provide better information for supporting decisions, because again, our old system got kind of quite unwieldy, and we thought by introducing a new system we could improve the data we had within the finance system.
Thank you. So when did you use iFinance?
May 2020.
Okay. And this is a question that I get asked a lot, and I never, I've not experienced this at school, is why did you decide to move partway through a financial year?
We decided we were going to do fee billing with iSAMS and also iFinance financials. And as a finance department, we didn't believe we got the capacity to do both at once. That would have increased the risk. And so actually by splitting the two implementations, we believed that we could do a better job. And therefore actually talking it through with iSAMS, it was a better idea to do for us to do the financials first, followed by the fee billing. Although we did have to bring over balances from our current system into iSAMS, it was only basically a few months that we had to kind of survive with imported data from our old system into our new system. And so for us, it was a no-brainer doing it mid-year, because we didn't want to do everything in September, which is already a very busy period with the close of the previous financial year.
Perfect, thank you. You actually moved. Everyone finds moving finance systems a really scary process anyway. You actually moved during COVID as well. So you kind of, right in the middle of COVID, during the first lockdown, you went live with iFinance. Were there what was your experience like? Were there any kind of surprises along the way?
No, I don't think. I think it was all quite. It worked really, really well, and I think part of the reason was we'd done a lot of testing prior to going live, so we knew we weren't coming to it cold. We knew the system inside out before we went live, and also we tested importing suppliers. We tested importing balances, monthly balances from our old system into there. So we'd done reconciliations, we knew what we were doing, and yeah, iSAMS were helpful in the sense of helping us import. We did a few runs of importing month-end balances from our old system into our new system before the actual real go live cutover of the final balances.
Perfect, thank you. Can you give us, so you use the workflow approval system within iFinance, can you kind of give us an idea of your previous purchase order process and how you've then changed it since implementing iFinance?
So before we had, effectively, it was largely, well, almost 100% paper-based. Basically, we received the invoices, or the budget holder received the invoices, and they were physically signed and then passed to finance. And now the whole process is via email. We encourage suppliers to send the invoices directly to us, and then we register them on iFinance, and they go via email to the budget holder to approve them. And basically the budget holder gets a summary of what the budget position is, and also a copy of that invoice that is in the system. So we would just forward on so we would use an email. So that's good from 2 points of view. One, budget holders prefer it just because they haven't got a whole load of paper on their desk. And from our point of view, it's better because we've got far more record of what's in the system come in. And if we need to chase something, it's so much easier because basically you just select it and say resend to budget holder. We're not kind of creating emails and sending them and wondering whether someone's got the paper or whether it's in the finance post box or where it is. So budget holders love it. It's kind of definitely improved the reputation of the finance department because we're not scrabbling around for paper all the time.
Perfect. And you find it a lot more efficient and effective as well.
Yeah.
A lot of new users, so we get quite a lot of feedback, obviously, working as customer account manager. They love the bank reconciliation part, and I know it's kind of one part that you like as well. So can you kind of tell us all like how it's impacted your daily routine of having the bank reconciliation features?
It's just speeded up the process because effectively, you know, where you've got things that happen each month, like potentially direct debits for electricity or bank transfers that happen between our accounts, you know, you always get the same reference on the bank statement. So I find it, but once you posted it once, the system remembers this and kind of suggests the posting. So you just have to press the fact that you agree to what it's suggesting and it posts it automatically. So actually, before we were doing lots of postings each month in order to put in certain direct debits for things like electricity, gas, utilities, transfers. And now effectively we're doing one click in order to do that.
Perfect. And you mentioned slightly earlier when you said about you considering the considerations for iFinance, you mentioned about kind of strategic decision making. How have iFinance kind of, has it benefited the SLT? Has it helped you make those strategic decisions that you wanted?
It's probably twofold. One, the actual doing an implementation really gave us an opportunity to review our chart of accounts. And our chart of accounts probably had kind of slowly morphed over a long period of time. And therefore new, you know, nominals or GL codes being created. And we need to take a fresh look. So actually the first bit was we kind of reviewed what made sense and what costs and income needed to be linked together. So that was a good opportunity to do that. But also there's a feature called the GL Explorer, which allows quite quick snapshots of comparing budget versus actual or actual this year against actual last year. And it's quite interactive, so it's very quick to kind of answer some of those questions. You know, like I was looking at registration fees yesterday as opposed to this time last year. And doing that kind of look into the information is very quick and easy using the GL Explorer.
Perfect. Thank you. That's all I had to run past you at the moment. So what we're going to do is I'm going to present a demonstration. So we're going to fire over a demonstration of it, a sneak preview in a minute. So Cathy, I'd like to thank you for now, but invite you back after the video for questions and answers, if that's okay.